This will be your welcome page when you log into Joomla. It's very similar for Joomla 4 and Joomla 5. It's the home dashboard. If you're anywhere else on the website, you just click home dashboard in the top corner and it will bring you here. There are only two things that you need to look at on this page. The first one is Joomla up to date? In this case it is. Are the extensions up to date? They are. Occasionally there will be updates. Just apply them. However, before you apply them, before you make any changes to the website, my suggestion would be back it up. So we go to components, Akiba backup, backup now, and then we just click the backup now button. This means that the entire website is backed up, all the images, all the content, any orders that have been processed right up to that moment, everything. I do take server backups on a daily basis, but it's always best to make a backup before you make any changes. So if I went to the home dashboard now and I saw that there was a Joomla update or extensions that needed updating, I could just click that, go through the process of updating those elements, and the website would be fine. Here you have the system menu. Global configuration is the only area that I go to quite often in the configuration when I'm setting up a website. You shouldn't need to go in here, but just to let you know, if you want to change any configuration for the server or the website, you can do it here. A couple of the things that are not enabled at the moment are gzip compression and caching, and that's because it's on a dedicated server. It's serving the website pretty quickly. But if I want to increase that speed once I've finished the design, then I can add those elements in. I can start turning those options on. I don't usually go into any of these areas once the website is finished and developed. Users, of course, is where all the users are held. Again, I hardly ever use any of these options underneath unless I'm developing a more complex website. Menus is where you will find the menus. On this website, we have two that are active. We have a members menu, which is only visible when somebody's looking at the website in desktop version. And then we have the main menu, which is the main menu for the website. One area that you'll probably spend quite a bit of time is content. We moved away from using K2 to manage content when we moved to Joomla 4, and we started using Joomla's own article manager. And the only two areas really that I access here are the categories, of course, to create categories. If I'm creating a blog website, I would create a blog category and then articles, and then you can add those articles in there. Again, I'm going to cover that in a separate video because this is just a kind of guided tour. Media is where all the images are kept. So all the images are kept here, and you can create subfolders for different categories of images. And it's quite easy. You can just drag and drop the images over, or you can use the upload button to access a folder on your computer. The components menu is where all the components that have been installed are held. So you can see we've already used Akiba Backup. The only other component that's installed on this website is eShop, which is an e-commerce component. These other elements I hardly ever use once the website's configured. Another area that may possibly be of interest for you is the templates. So I'm going to walk through this first before I go through site modules, because it will make more sense doing it in this order. So if I go to templates and open up styles, this is the style that's the default style for this website. I'm just going to open that up and click the base outline to show that. And this is a block level layout of the website. So at the top of the page, we have the system messages, which is where all the pop-up messages would display for when somebody logs in or logs out, for example. Below that, we have the navigation section and how everything's laid out there. We have the slideshow, and as you can see underneath slideshow, we've got a header section with a module position, header A, and another one, header B, and the kind of offset, and then above is offset in the other direction. And then we move further down, you have some other modules or some other sections there with modules in them. And then you've got the main part of the website. So this would be where the content is displayed, be it the pictures and images you want on the website or the shopping cart. And then above that, we have main bar A. Main bar A is a module position that will always display above the page content. So I know this might not make sense looking at it like this. It does to me, but I'm going to show you how it looks in a moment, or how you use this rather. So say for example, I want a particular piece of content to be available at the top of the content on the page in main bar A on every page. That's actually quite easy to do. So if I go to site modules, and I know that there I have the breadcrumbs, so I'm just going to search for bread, and you can see there we've got the breadcrumbs and it's in main bar A. So that is always visible at the top of the content. And the reason why I've done that is so that if somebody is in the shopping cart area of this particular website, they can navigate anywhere within that shop very easily. They don't have to go to the menu. And I do that also for blogs. When you've got hundreds of items or articles in a website, navigating through them for a user can be impossible. So it's easier to just put a breadcrumb there so that they can go up and down the directory tree, if you like, of everything that's in there. So that's kind of it for the overview. I am going to be doing videos on how to optimize menu items, how to optimize articles, the differences between Joomla 4 and 5, because you can actually edit the schema for the article in Joomla 5, but I don't use it, and I'll explain why in another video. Hopefully that's of interest. If you've got any questions at all, just drop them in the comments. Thank you.